In this video we are going to place the walls using the element type we defined earlier. So I will select the one we defined from this element type list, not forcing the top or bottom to any level, using the inner side as an anchor line. Let's see more settings. Okay, the roofs may stay where they are. We can force the oversizes for openings. And let's show the elevations at the same story, and the planks will go to their own layers, and we will use cut plane to get cleaner 2D representation in the floor plan. Okay, so let's place with the line, and since we selected the inner side as our anchor point, I'm going to draw a line based on this ArchiCAD model's walls inner side. And as you can see, the element type and the final wall, they don't match. It doesn't matter if you can use different types in ArchiFrame compared to the architect model. Okay, I will add the other gable wall the same way, and notice my line direction for the walls look from inside. The external walls should be made clockwise. The watching direction, it is always on the right hand side of this line. And then for the side wall, I will force the top level to be 8 feet. And place it again with a line. Okay, so now we have placeholders for the walls. I'll take layer combination showing only ArchiFrame stuff. The next step is to give IDs to each wall so that we will have unique IDs for each piece in this building. Now let's start from letter A, and ArchiFrame will make sure that every element has unique ID. Then let's adjust the corners using the ArchiFrame corner tool, and we can define different types for each of the corners. Let's use this long L left. At the left, actually, it should be long L right, because both of these connecting walls, they turn to right compared to this element direction. And you see this element ID here, it tells the watching direction, and also it tells that this is the begin and this other one is the end. So the line goes from right to left. And look from inside, this is the left side and this one is the right hand side of the wall. Okay, the types are set. Let's apply these corner rules. ArchiFrame will find for any connecting elements and apply compatible corner type to the connecting element. So we got this kind of structure here. Then let's see what we have in 3D. So we have placeholders for the actual structure, but before creating the structure, let's define to this wall first that the paneling will go higher than the main framing. So layer offsets. With this we can save our own presets or just set these custom to the selection. Let's say we want exterior cladding to go higher than the main framing, and let's say 1 feet higher. So we'll specify 1 feet here to the top side of the airspace layer, and then the same for the cladding layer. Okay, if we zoom a bit closer to this element, we can see that two exterior layers, they go higher now. Then we can do the same for the openings. So select all elements, my target, and then opening offsets. Let's say we want to have some extra space for the weatherboards around openings at the exterior layers. So the exterior studding, let's say from left and right, we want to have 2 inches space for the weatherboards, and the bottom will be 1 inch lower. than the main framing. At the top, let's say that it will match with the main framing. The same for our cladding layer. Okay, if we zoom closer to this one, we will see what these offsets made. Let's create the structure, and actually I will show the grid, and let's make sure that the grid is compatible with our spacing, which was 16 inches. So I'll put spacing to the 16 inches here. And now we can use this place stud to the grid line, since the grid is compatible with the structure. Okay, here is the result. The corner based on the corner L right rules, and there is a stud at each grid line. On the other side, okay, like this. And we have full freedom to edit these plans. For example, if we wanted to rotate this, we can use normal ArchiCAD tools, select this as center point, and then the other way around. And the same in 3D. So there is the paneling, and under it there is airspace, OSB boarding, and then the main framing plus the gypsum body inside. Let's first have a look only at this main framing. So this is the top piece rotated nicely so that the studs go in, and the same here. And these studs, they go into this top and bottom piece, the dimension we gave in element layer settings. The same, this opening place, it has the same material as top and bottom plates, nicely rotated automatically. What we got automatically is the element drawing. This topmost projection is looked from inside, showing the boards and the main framing. There are dimension lines for the board offsets relative to the main framing, the board division, the stud from mid to mid here, and in this top elevation we have from left to left. And some markings for the openings. Then this is the top view. You can edit this element also here. So for example, if I drag this, it will be reflected to any of these elevations and 3D. I'll just undo this one. Then this lower projection is looked from outside, showing the main framing, windshield boards, and the paneling. For further editing, it is possible to explode this paneling into separate pieces. That is useful, for example, if you need to have a CNC, or if you want to hand edit individual panels to get correct cut list, then you may want to explode this one like this. Okay, so now we have the panels as separate pieces. I'll just undo that one. Okay, let's work with this single element. You may want to add the headers to windows and doors, and in ArchiFrame that is done with element options. You could have these options checked already when creating the element, and with the correct rules based on the window or door width, you will get the wanted structure at the first place. Okay, I can see that there is no space for additional studs, so I need to delete this one, and it's okay because there is no board seam there. The next, select the target piece and lintels custom. We'll use the same material as we use for the studs. One beam to the front side, one to back side. Original may remain, and it will be extended to left and right. The pieces above the lintel, they will be cut, and just one additional stud to support the lintels. Okay, we got this kind of structure. Let's see only the core layer in 3D using ArchiFrame helpers there. Okay, so we got this kind of structure. These supporting beams plus additional stud here, and the original was moved here. When the elements are ready, you can produce the end results like listing and layouts. ArchiFrame doesn't maintain all the cut lists up to date all the time, but you need to manually update the elevations and cut lists before creating the end result. So to do that, I'll click Update button. So after update, all the cut lists plus dimension lines, they are up to date, and we can go to the end results, which are here, the blank tools, CNC, Excel, and prints. Let's save the element listing into Excel. In Macintosh, you can save only text file and import that to Excel or Numbers. This element listing, it has information from ArchiCAD project, the estimated weight, and then all the materials separated by the usage in the element. And for the boards, the list contains the maximum size of the raw material and then the net area if that is needed. And we have here all these elements, 3 different elements. There is some cleanup that needs to be done. The cut list for the gable walls, they usually are quite long, so I need to manually drag this text so that it fits into the frame, or I can do it the other way around, like this. Then we can produce final end result layouts. If we had a wood, we could produce CNC file for Hundegger, Weinmann or HTM CNC machines. But now we are going to produce only the layouts. With the default settings, we are going to get US letter, landscape and portrait fitting to page. So the end result now is here at the layout book. This landscape, portrait. These are not in scale since we selected to have fit to page.